Hey, what's going on, Bladers? The Crow-sama. So, just to put this out there, I am once again in a hotel. So, the video quality is just not going to be that great, especially because it's Father's Day today, and I don't have a lot of time to film, so I'm going to kind of like rush a little bit through this video, but hopefully I can still make this informative and enjoyable as much as possible. Now, yesterday, the BX-33, I think it's WeissTiger, I think that's how you pronounce it, this just released. So I immediately went over to Toys R Us and had to purchase it. There was also a tournament that morning at Toys R Us, but my understanding was that at 10:30, that's when the lotto is issued out, because the tournament started at 11 for my son. But we got there at 10:30 and they said they already handed out all the lotto tickets and they were already doing the pulls. So yeah, we were there on time, but I guess we really weren't there on time. But it is what it is. Still managed to grab this even though we did not participate in a tournament. Now, this is going to be a balanced type and a right spinning bay. Now, I really haven't been catching up with the manga and anime, but I do know that this is Multi's older sister. She's pretty much on the championship team, but really have not been catching up with the manga or animes. But once I actually move in and settle here in Okinawa, I'm definitely going to get back into watching. Now, the blade does have a decent attack stat at 45, but obviously with this being a balance, I don't think it's really going to be that great in terms of like all the other attack type bays. This is probably just going to be more of a gimmick bay, something that like, oh, for funsies, or, you know, maybe a rogue build that you can bring to a tournament, but it's not going to be the best attack type for sure. Here we're going to have a 360, so nothing new or unusual with this ratchet. And for the bit, we're going to have the Unite bit, which is going to be somewhat of a combination of point and taper. So I'm kind of curious as to how this is going to perform. I mean, obviously it's going to be balanced, so you can kind of slap it on something that is a good like hybrid of stamina and attack, which this obviously is. And 360 is a great ratchet for attack types, or you could do like a 960. So definitely curious to see how this is going to perform. Now, for the next item, we do now know that it's going to be a left spinning Beyblade called the Cobalt Dragoon. So really excited. We already know what it looks like, and it's going to be pretty amazing. Okay, and here we have the blade. Like I mentioned, this just kind of like looks more like an attack type than it does like a defense or even stamina. It has a lot of jagged edges out here, so I mean, it looks like it's going to be able to do some really good contact points whenever it's spinning. Overall though, I mean, the color is very bland. You got a little bit of orange tint in here for the Tiger, but with it being just like all white, the plastic's white, the Tiger itself's white, and just a little tiny bit of orange, it is a fairly boring blade. Maybe some people won't agree with me, but that's just kind of like my feeling right now. And yeah, I don't think the plastic is looking that great. It looks, I don't know. I don't like the white color. I think it looks pretty bad, to be honest. But I mean, the shape of it, the design actually looks really good. So you know what? I'm still going to give it a fair shake. I'm still going to try it out, but it is definitely already not going to be going into the main deck just because of, you know, aesthetically, it doesn't look that great to me. And of course, the ratchet is just going to be like this like smoky black and then a clear white. I mean, it's okay if you want like certain colors to match up with your bays. So always having a different color 360 is always going to be amazing in my opinion. And now for the bits, you can see right here, it's going to have a little bit more burst resistance here on the shaft. And you're going to have more gear, little teeth running down here. Like I mentioned, it's kind of, you know, taper in a way. But I don't know, the point just doesn't seem to have much of a purpose. Like I have it pretty much flush, so I don't know if it's not supposed to be like that. Yeah, I don't get the point of this if there is no actual point. But you know, it is what it is. It kind of has a I don't know, man, kind of like a ball almost. Like it's a little bit flat, so it's not really going to be as good as ball. But yeah, you know, I'm still gonna try it, see how it works. But right now, I'm kind of puzzled as to what the purpose of this bit is going to be for. Like, is it really just balanced? Like, hey, it could provide a kind of like an accelerated hit, you know, that can actually go on the X-rail. You know, what can it really do? Not too sure, but we'll go ahead and test it out. And here it is all snapped together. I do apologize, I don't have a scale. I keep on forgetting to go out and buy a scale that can, weigh in grams. But hey, next time I'll go ahead and go buy one. Other than that, I mean, the colors, I don't think the colors look that great because you have orange up here in the top, but then you get this like deep wine red. I don't get the color combo. The smoky black isn't. I mean, I guess the smoky black can pretty much go with the black that's inside here, but yeah, I don't know, man. I think the colors are not matching whatsoever. Yeah, I think this probably should have been more of an aggressive bit, to be honest. But other than that, let's go ahead and we'll do a couple of practice rounds. And like I would like to do in the future is do more of a custom build of this and then test it out, on maybe some YouTube shorts, or maybe just do a video where I'm really trying to make this meta as possible. But for right now, we're gonna go ahead and use it as stock and see how it performs. All right, so I got it loaded up. Let's just see how well it does as a solo launch. Okay, it's pretty aggressive. The bit does have an aggressiveness. Like I mentioned, that point in the middle doesn't really seem to do anything. It's, I guess, almost there for aesthetics. I don't know if it has any kind of performance perks, but yeah, right now, I mean, it looks pretty decent. It's gonna hold a good stamina. So it's probably gonna be dependent on the angles that you do launch it. So I'm gonna go ahead and try more of an angle launch. I'm actually gonna get onto the side a little bit. So this is usually the side that I like to launch on for more defensive style bays, and obviously my aggressive sides I like to be on the right side. So I'm gonna do more angled inwards towards it. So let's go. Look at that. That was nice. Okay. So that probably would have been better if we were going up against like a stamina type that would have been in the middle, just because of that initial aggressiveness. And I'll do one more solo launch just on this side. So 3, 2, 1, go shoot. Look at that. All right, I see it. It's definitely pretty aggressive. Multiple times is going onto the railings. So it's not too bad, the bit. Let's go ahead and just do a couple of battles. So for the first battle, we're gonna go obviously stock Tiger. Phoenix Wing, I'm going to be doing a 160 with the Excel bit. I would actually probably just prefer Rush, but I don't have my Beyblades with me. This is kind of like all I have currently, and yeah, I didn't bring a Rush bit with me, so gotta wait until I move into the house and I get all my household goods. But other way, yeah, let's go ahead and just see how these two perform. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. Ooh. All right. Look, looks like Tiger won that one. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. Yeah, Tiger's probably gonna win this one just because it's a better stamina type than the Excel. Yep, won that one. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. Oh, once again, Tiger won. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. Oh, almost got into the pocket. Yep, so that's pretty much it. So I was just testing with this Phoenix Wing build probably like a couple of days, and this is a, I don't think this is a great bit at all. I need to get Rush. The 160 I still want to experiment with just because I think it's pretty cool. But yeah, this needs to get replaced. All right, next we're gonna go ahead and try the Wizard Rod. It's almost stock, basically just going to be what I'm using for the time being until I can get like Ball, which would be really good on this. I would definitely like to get Ball instead of this. But yeah, we'll go ahead and see how these two stack up. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. All right, look at Wizard Rod, absolutely destroying it. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. Oh, damn it. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. Oh, that was a good hit. I just don't think the Tiger's gonna last though. It's not outlasting the rod. Yeah, that's pretty much it. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. Ooh, that was a good hit. Oh wow, a burst finish. So yeah, like I mentioned, this isn't my true build. I'm just kind of using this until I can get the ball. But well, pretty surprising that this actually got a burst finish on the rod. I mean, that's actually very, very surprising. All right, and next we're gonna be going against the Drawn Buster. This time I'm just using a 560, and I'm using the gear point, pretty much one of my favorite bits. I know it's like you should be using probably low flat on this, or even flat would be fine. Rush is okay. Anything that's probably not this bit, but hey, the excuse I don't have any attacking bits with me, to be honest. I ran a defensive build, and that's pretty much all I really have. So let's go ahead and still see how this stacks up. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. Oh, wow. Three, 2, 1, go shoot. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. Oh, and that's an extreme finish. So, weird battle, to be honest, and this did get the self KO on itself. But this bursting is kind of weird because it has that extra burst resistance. So yeah, I don't know if it must have hit somewhere in here, but yeah, that was pretty bizarre. But hey, the Buster went ahead and got the best on the Tiger. All right, guys. So for my final verdict on this, it's okay performance-wise. I'd like to go ahead and just try some different builds with it, and maybe the bit really isn't that bad after all. I don't know off the top of my head what kind of balance builds I would like to make, but this could be decent. Actually, I think this could work on the Phoenix Wing, to be honest, because the Phoenix Wing actually lends itself to being a pretty decent balance type overall. That's why you see a lot of times on a ball, or you might even see it on orb. You know, I've seen it on different types of bits that are pretty experimental overall. But I think this bit could actually be decent on a Phoenix Wing. And the color pretty much matches as well. So that'd be a good experiment to go ahead and try. But the blade itself, I definitely like to get my rush, my low flat bits, so that way I can go ahead and try those, or gear flat. I think it's going to be great, and obviously the Ratchet 360 to me is still a phenomenal Ratchet, especially for more like defense and stamina types. So yeah, it's definitely one of those that could be good. However, it's going to be more of a rogue type of bay in your deck. It's not going to be something that's going to be meta defining like we've seen with a lot of previous bays that's been coming out recently. Except for the UX. Obviously, we see a lot of UX out there in people's builds, whether it's the Buster or it's the Wizard Rod. Other than that, guys, should you buy this? Honestly, I think it's worth it. I mean, you get a really good Ratchet. I think the bay itself is new, so it's not a recoloring or anything. So it's always good to just have those in the collection, just in case another bit or another Ratchet comes out that makes that blade really good. Or even vice versa with the bit. Maybe this bit is going to be just kind of so-so right now, but maybe a blade or a Ratchet's going to come out that's going to really complement this bit. So I always think it's worth to grab the new ones. If it's like a recolor, like you don't need a 5th, you know, Wizard Arrow. You don't need a 6 drawn sword. I personally want a 6 drawn sword of a different color because I'm just a huge drawn fan. But when it comes to these new ones, go ahead, spend what, 12 bucks or $14 on it. It's worth it, to be honest. Scan the code, get your points on the app. It's fine. But do you need to get it right now? Absolutely not. Don't be spending crazy amounts of money to try and get it as early as you can. Get it when you have it available at your local store, especially when it comes to the States, because this month y'all should be getting all your stuff if you have not already. I know GameStop has it, but Target and Walmart, those all should be getting it pretty much in the end of this month for all the Beyblade X line. Now, when this is going to come to the States, no idea, but hopefully it will be coming out in the near future. Now, with all that out of the way, all right, we're done. The review is done. Giving you all a quick update. I'm here still in this hotel, like I mentioned. It's rough. I've been here for 2 weeks now, and they're giving me the runaround on when I'm gonna actually move into a house. I need a house hunt first, find a place, then start the paperwork process, then move in, then schedule my household good delivery, which luckily is here in Japan. I just gotta go ahead and contact the company once I move into the house and tell them the address, schedule the date, they come and drop everything off. Hopefully, if everything's good, I can get 10 days off from work. I just gotta submit that paperwork, and if I get my 10 days, then I'll be just like setting up that hobby room. Like, my wife is gonna be taking care of the kitchen. She'll take care of most of the other places in the house, but I told her, I was like, I really want to fixate on the hobby room, so that way I can start making quality content. I'm tired of being in these hotel rooms recording on my camera or my phone camera. Not bad, it's a good camera, but I want my DSLR, I want my good sound system, I want my good table, I want all of it. I want my lights, I want everything. So just stay tuned for that, please. Be patient with me. I will be pushing out more content in the near future. And also, one very last thing, I am accepted into the GP qualifier tournament over in Fukuoka at the end of this month. So with that, I'm hoping it's a 512 person participant tournament. I'm hoping I can at least get past the first round, because to my knowledge, it's single elimination until I think the top 8 or the top 16, and then people start using their full deck rotation. But with a single elimination, I'm really going to have to choose what is going to be the best bay and what combination of that bay is going to be the most balanced for a lead. I don't want to go super aggressive, but I don't want to go super defensive or super stamina type. That's why I'm looking at my Phoenix Wing as something I can use. The 160 is looking like a really good ratchet. It just really depends on the bit. They can maybe either between rush or low flat. Those are two good ones, I think. It's not super. It is going to be super aggressive, but it's not like insane aggressive like a Shark Edge. It's still Phoenix Wing. So outside of that, guys, I'm going to be posting a whole bunch of videos covering that, and I do want to start doing more news-oriented videos, but that's going to be coming at a later date. But this video has already been too long, so thank you all for watching. I hope you had a great time and it was fairly informative, and you can make a good decision on if this is going to be the bay you want to buy or not. But other than that, I'll be seeing you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.